Matt was dragging me into the storage closet, and when the door slammed shut behind us, I got really scared. Another boyfriend of my sister literally lost his mind when falling in love with me. "You'll be dating me anyway," Matt hissed through his clenched teeth. "In your dreams," I replied rudely and hit him on the knee. Matt bent over and started screaming, "You'll regret it!" But I didn't care about his stupid threats, since I was already running away from that closet wherever the road took me along the school corridor without looking back. While sharply turning towards the stairs, I literally crashed into my older sister, Monica. We heard the voice of Matt limping while moving along the corridor and trying to catch up with me in vain. "Layla, I love you!" "Again, you are wooing my boyfriend away?" Monica hissed angrily. She pushed me away so hard that I almost fell down. Fortunately, Matt was already nearby, so he caught me. This was already the 5th guy this month that I had to blow off. They were chasing me and trying to win my love as if they had gone crazy. One thing that they all had in common was the fact that before meeting me, they were courting my older sister, Monica. My name is Layla, and I want to tell you about how I became the object of admiration of all my sister's boyfriends. For the first time, Monica even perceived with understanding the fact that her boyfriend suddenly realized that he could not live without me. I've never dated anyone before, but Leo suddenly paid attention to me. My sister has never been lonely. Dozens of guys were always hovering around her, and she was okay with losing one of her fans. Leo confessed his love to me in a very beautiful manner. He was writing poems about my beauty and gave nice gifts, but all these beautiful advances could not melt my heart. "You're a nice guy, Leo, but I just don't like you at all," I explained. "Maybe this is because you're Monica's ex-boyfriend? I'm uncomfortable with dating you." "Hey, forget about her. Who cares about Monica when there's a girl like you?" This literally knocked me out. After hearing these words, I attached a photo of Leo to the dartboard and began to throw darts at it. No one can dare to hurt my sister, and more so, say such things about her. But he was not the last one to start talking badly about Monica while trying to win my heart. One day, my sister overheard a conversation like that, and although I was actively defending her in front of her then ex-boyfriend, Monica was very mad at me and began to take revenge on me for something. She didn't like the fact that another guy, Sky, broke up with her to date me. My sister sent both him and Leo my embarrassing photos. In them, I was captured in the most awkward situations. I was falling down, choking on tea, had a huge piece of hamburger in my mouth, or was sleeping with my mouth open. Monica loves to take random shots and keep them in her secret archive. "I won't show these photos to anyone. You can trust me," Monica used to say. "Someday we'll view them again and have some fun." But I didn't feel like laughing at all when Leo and Sky sent me direct messages with the pictures attached and telling me that I should be more careful with my sister. Although there was nothing criminal in the photos, I burst into tears and yelled at Monica for this antic. "Next time things will be worse if you dare to woo away my boyfriend again," my sister replied. "Do you think it's cool to be in the center of attention of so many handsome guys? Trust me, it sucks." A year ago, guys didn't notice me at all, but my older sister was always surrounded by handsome boys who were madly in love with her. Like faithful dogs, they were chasing her while she was manipulating them. Guys were obediently obeying all her commands and whims, and I was burning with jealousy. But then I changed my mind. Obsessive attention is tiresome. And what is even more tiresome is a vengeful sister who doesn't understand that I don't woo her boyfriends away, but they break up with her on their own in order to date me. After Matt, she started dating Simon, but when he saw me, he fell madly in love with me. Because of another idiot, I had to endure my sister's bullying again. I don't woo your guys away. I don't care about them. They're all stupid. Of course, since they start chasing you, they definitely have bad taste. I no longer knew what to respond to this taunt. Once, Monica decided to change her image as well as behavior again and found nothing better than to copy my behavior absolutely in everything. My sister was wearing totally similar clothes, she was speaking in the same manner as I did, started reading the same books, and watched the same series. We became twins, and this was very annoying. I really wanted to hit her with some heavy object to make her come to her senses. But I didn't even have to do it. Even though Monica looked and acted just like me, this didn't help her. When guys saw the unique original copy, that is me, but not that pathetic parody Monica, they immediately rushed towards me. Once I decided not to blow off a new boyfriend, I really liked how Tyler looked. In addition, he turned out to be very smart and charming. He also had a cool car in which it was not embarrassing to get to school. And while Monica was driving our old rusted bucket, I was pompously riding with Tyler. "You'll never be like me," I said to my sister. "Eat it. I need this like a hole in the head. At least I'm not a bitch like you are." "That's right, you are not a bitch. You are just a loser." Monica could not stand the humiliation anymore, so she attacked me and started hitting me with her fists. A fight broke out, and no one even tried to pull us apart. Everyone was just shouting and howling, as well as filming everything and making live broadcasts. As for Tyler, he was even betting on who would win. At that moment, I didn't really care about him and those who gathered around. I just wanted to rip all my sister's hair out, for her to finally leave me alone with her jealousy and hatred. In the end, she tore my new shirt, and I managed to give her a huge black eye. "Well, girls, you were fighting quite poorly," Tyler said with a nasty smile on his face. We got furious after hearing this. As a result, the fight continued, but this time my sister and I attacked Tyler. The frightened guy was screaming so loud that the teachers and the headmaster immediately rushed to the schoolyard. "What were all of you doing 5 minutes ago?" Of course, the three of us were punished since fights at school were strictly forbidden. Then we had to scrub the dirty school corridors after class. But this was not the worst thing. Monica was really mad at me as she thought that it was me who started the fight. I tried to argue by saying that she was the first to attack me with her fists. We almost got into a fight again, but I limited myself to pouring dirty, soapy water from the bucket over her. "You are hosed," my sister hissed angrily. In fact, I was scared. Monica could come up with anything. However, she became somehow quiet and apparently forgot about her revenge. This was because she got a new boyfriend, Arnold. Well, oddly enough, I really liked him. For the first time, one of my sister's boyfriends did not leave me indifferent. I wanted to woo him away since he was too good for that stupid girl. I didn't even worry, as I knew that her boyfriend would definitely fall in love with me at first sight. But the miracle has not happened. Arnold looked at me indifferently and then held my sister's hand and took her on a date. I was watching them go with my mouth open. What does this mean? After all, I'm such a beauty, 100 times better than my sister, and I could not woo her boyfriend, what's more, such a cool one, away again? But I decided not to give up without a fight. Love is like a war, if you know what I mean. I began to show my affection towards Arnold, actively sending him direct messages, like his pictures, leave cute comments. But Arnold at first was deleting everything, and then he even banned me. What a jerk! Who does he think he is? I was so mad that I took it out on the guy as soon as he came to visit Monica. "How dare you treat me that way?" I asked him indignantly. "I don't treat you in any way," he replied calmly without even looking at me. Arnold was definitely more interested in his phone. I got so mad that I hit him hard on the arm. The phone fell down on the floor and the screen was cracked. "You're crazy," Arnold shouted. "It's you who is crazy. Why are you dating my sister and not me?" "Because I like her, not you." "What do you mean you don't like me? All her guys adore me." "Well, that's very strange. You are such a dummy," answered Arnold, and then he went upstairs to Monica's room to stop this unpleasant conversation. Wow, has the love curse been lifted from me? And this happened at such a bad time because I really wanted to start dating Arnold. It's a pity that stupid Monica got such a handsome guy. My sister was happy and gloated since I was a loser then, not her, because no one was looking at me anymore. All the guys seemed to lose interest in me simultaneously. It turned out that no one needed me, even my sister. For the first time in a while, it hurt me a lot. We used to be friends. We could not do without each other for long. Then this craziness with her guys began, and from sisters, we turned into enemies. Suddenly, I really had a desire to make peace with my sister. So one evening, I came into her room, bringing her favorite chocolate and soda, but my mood suddenly deteriorated when on the dresser I saw my perfume, which I could not find in my room for a long time. I was sure that I had lost it. "Why did you take my perfume without asking for permission?" I said sharply. Well, yes, I took it. What's the big deal? I just forgot to return it. Stop touching my belongings. I need it like a hole in the head. Choke on your perfume. I started using my perfume again, and suddenly a miracle happened. When Arnold came to visit us again, he finally paid attention to me. He was staring at me as if he saw me for the first time and made a compliment. I was really glad, but Monica was almost crying. So it was all about my perfume with pheromones, and there is no magic here. It's time to carry out an attack and finally win Arnold's heart. However, after recalling how happy Monica and Arnold were and how great they looked together, I suddenly raised a white flag and retreated. I decided to give my perfume to Monica and not use it again. At first, my sister did not believe that I was sincere, but I convinced her. It allowed us to mend our relationship and become friends again over time. How would you react if your sister's boyfriends fell in love with you? Give your answer in the comments. Click on the thumbs up button below the video and share it with your friends. Share it with your friends.